This here should go behind your head.
I'm very excited about Jamar Roberts' first work for the company. I have been watching his work for a while now, and I saw something that he did, and I thought it was really quite inventive and wonderful.
But this is turbo. This is all turbo.
I choreographed a work called Gemios on Ailey 2 a couple years ago, and this year I'm starting with Members Don't Get Weary, which is my first piece for the main company, Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater. Working with Robert in this process has actually been really cool.
I tend to be hands-off when I give somebody the opportunity to choreograph because it can be intimidating.
I mean, when he commissioned me, he said, I've seen the work that you've done. I think you're extremely talented, and I think that there's more in there. And the I think that there's more in there part was really, really important to me because there's so much in there.
I know that vulnerable space that you're in, and I will sometimes find a strategic moment when I feel the choreographer is perhaps doubting something and say, that phrase looks fabulous, it's going to be wonderful.
He's been in the studio saying things like, you know what you're doing. Just that little thrust of confidence goes a really long way.
The movement is very much idiosyncratic. It's very different. It's not something that you would even expect.
So really just go.
You know, sometimes he's describing things to the dancers, everyday gestures. Let's say if you, well, I guess you don't like go and flip somebody over who's like lying down on the ground. For dancers, that's everyday gesture. But there's moments where a dancer rolls a dancer over and flips him. And he'll say, no, don't do it as if you're concerned, just do it. And that can seem like a subtle thing, but that's an important thing.
I spent a lot of time going through each move and then eventually saying, this is how it goes, and then cranking up the music and then me dancing it full out myself.
He's a choreographer. He has to do it himself first.
I think it helps for the dancer to see what it is that it's supposed to be, especially when you're working with the type of movement vocabulary that I'm working with. It's not codified, it's just a bunch of things that I've been influenced by, and now it's the Jamar. Even for the duets, in order for me to make the part for the girl, I have to ask the actual girl to stand to the side, and I will get in there. For me, if I can feel the space in my own body, and then I can tell her to do it, and I can step out and look at it. But this piece has dealing with a lot of feelings. I kind of have to get in and feel what it feels like.
He really physicalizes it and passes it on to the dancer, but he's such a unique mover that it's interesting to watch them try to sort of become Jamars, if you will. But it's also, I think, what's going to make the work really fascinating.